Shalom, and welcome back to Code Searcher. Chag Sameach, Shavuot Shalom. For those of you that have been counting, you know we have just come through Shavuot, or Feast of Weeks. Yeah. Guys, we're going to do a code search in this video, so I would encourage you to hang in till the end, because, a lot of things have come into question concerning me, this ministry, and some of the things that I've been teaching. And so let's just address that right now. I know the whole moving to Hawaii thing is caught a lot of people off guard. And it was just kind of like icing on the cake with some of the comments as far as my mental capability. I know it seemed like it was out of the blue, but I assure you it's something the Father has been in plan for a while. And there's a mission behind it as well. So I assure you, I'm all here. As for doctrine, for many that subscribe to this channel, follow this ministry, you know that I have come out of dispensationalism. And I no longer follow the pre-rapture belief. Matter of fact, I left you kind of hanging. For a long time, I was teaching you this false doctrine. And all of a sudden, I stopped talking about it. And I didn't really give you a good explanation for that. I just didn't. And when I was pushed to explain myself, I did a few crude videos about the rapture and why I had made a decision that it was no longer a valid doctrine to be following. I abandoned it. And I probably didn't do a very good job. So I want to show you how I came to the conclusions that I did. And hopefully you'll see that it was pure logic. It wasn't something that the enemy led me astray kind of thing. Guys, you've been calling me some terrible names, supposedly Christians, calling me names because I'm no longer a follower of dispensationalism. I came out of that. It says, come out of her, my people. Let me tell you something. There is a lot of misinformation and outright fraud in the so-called body or the church. You need to test all things and search things out. And, here at Code Searcher, I believe that the code is a tool to do that. With, 41,000 Christian denominations and over 33,000 chapter and verses in the scriptures. This is why we have so many denominations, because there's so many different interpretations. What does the Father mean to His own word? How do you test that? I believe that is why He has encoded His word. It is not for predicting the future. Set that aside. I know that's, kind of wow and amazing kind of stuff. But He did not design this for you to predict the future. Now, He can reveal things before they happen. And He has done that. Even at this channel, you've seen, some things extremely accurate. Even though my interpretation may have been obscure, the code still was true. For instance, Siding Spring and the collision of that comet with Mars. Now, for many months, I had been saying deep impact. However, the code said collides. A year after the fact, NASA concluded that the atmosphere of Siding Spring and Mars collided. Exactly as the code said. So, in that respect, it was telling us all along, a year before and a year after the event, this information that was true. So, the name. Many of you come against me because of the name. Even though Yahuwah says in His word, in Exodus 20:24, He says, in every place you cause my name to be remembered, I will bless you. And I have been living that. Ever since He showed me in His code, restore my name. What do you mean? Well, everywhere you see God and Lord in your scripture was the name Yud He Vav He. Or, as you see in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahuwah is his name. Now, don't be offended by his name. You know, some of you come and say I was a Hebrew roots, a cult member, sacred namer. I don't know about those groups, but I do know restoration. And I do know his word says to restore. Who will restore? As a matter of fact, he asked the question, who will restore? Don't you know the enemy has stolen from you? He has hidden things. He has changed things. He's obscured things. So you would be at a disadvantage. Now I want to show you in this presentation how you can use the codes to reconcile something. Any given scripture. This is how I came to the conclusion. Just a moment ago I was talking about Exodus 20 and verse 24. In every place where I cause my name to be remembered, I shall come and bless you. Here you are. I'm causing his name to be remembered. And that's kind of the edge I wanted to, or the angle I wanted to search on tonight. And I want to give you the example of how you can use code, or biblical encryption, Bible code, Torah code, whatever you want to call it. We are going to use a software called Torah Soft to search out, a question. Now this comes from, and this is why. I want to show you over here. Is a subscriber asked me the question, actually. And I remember it here. It says, I'd like to see a table done on who is Yahuwah. And so I thought, there's a great opportunity to teach something. How these can be used to reconcile something. And I did this with the whole rapture thing. I did this with many, many things. The two witnesses, who the elect are. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is not divination. This is revelation. This is where the Father uses his own word to validate what he's saying. Right? So let me just show you this. And this is just a little demonstration of this software and how we use it. So you have different options here. You can search the whole book, the whole Bible, a book, or a section. And that's what we are going to do. We're going to search out the Torah. So this would be technically a Torah code. All right, so Yahuwah has a lot of things encoded in his word. And I believe, just as Rabbi Glaserson does, that the Torah is the blueprint of foundation. Many have called it the book of life, if you will. And yes, if you are in the book of life, you are there. It's very evident to me in everything that I've seen in my study of this. And this is why I'm so passionate about it. So here we are with the keyboard. This is the very first thing that you do when you're looking for something that's encoded. Now, we're going to ask the computer program to see if this sequence of letters, which is a sentence, it says, who is a question actually. Who is Yahuwah? We're going to ask this question. Again, do not confuse this with some sort of Ouija board or a divination. This is not normally how codes work. Asking questions, in other words, that is how an ephod works. But we are going to use it as an ephod right now, which is these letters here. Who is Yahuwah? And I had searched out before about the name. And it was, very clear to me from that. Restore my name, Yahuwah, was very important. And as you can see, we have 9 occurrences of this sentence. And this is very significant because we are only searching in 5 books at the moment, the Torah. And the fact that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters in my name, who is Yahuwah, it is found 9 times Very interesting. But that is a high number to find in the Torah. The sequence of letters is very important, or the number of letters in the sequence are very important. The more numbers you have, the higher the statistical values of this table is. So, very first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose one. So let's choose number 7 to look at. All right, so what I like to do is make this a little easier to look at. So I darken that window, because what I've noticed is I burn my eyes at looking at tables a very long time. And I do see something right off the bat, which is amazing. Hang in there, guys. I want to show you something really, really cool. All right, so it is the question, who is Yahuwah? 6233. Let's put this on a row skip. We're going to look for, as you can see, there's a margin down at the bottom. So what we want to do is we want to take this cylinder and we're going to make it smaller by dividing this number in half. And that number would be 3116. All right. So now we have a searchable matrix. The letters are filled in down at the bottom, and now we can look for any more terms. And right off the bat, I see an anomaly, which is a sentence, which is right here. This is really cool. Let me just put in the prefix, or excuse me, the base of that, which is Ani Yahuwah, which is I am Yahuwah. So we're going to type that in and see how many times it's there. Ani Yotei Vav Hey. Actually, Yotei Vav Hey. And then there's more to that. I know I am Yahuwah, your Elohim is what I was thinking of, which I just saw as we were about to tag that button down. Actually, it's there a few times. I am Yahuwah, your Elohim. Amazing. And there's one here. Interesting how see an anomaly there. I am Yahuwah of the days. If you recall, in Daniel 7, Yahuwah is referred to as the Ancient of Days. And there you have Yahuwah. I am Yahuwah of the days. Ancient of Days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. 12 times he has I am Yahuwah in here. However, his name does appear other places, like I just see here. Kadosh unto Yahuwah. And right at the top there, which is Penai Yahuwah. Penai is a let's see, version of Penai, which is, but we have this is before Yahuwah. We have here before Yahuwah. So his name is actually there, and you can see in this program it's kosher, and so they don't spell the name out. They use a symbol, which is the hyphen in his name. However, we are working to get our own customized thecodesearcher.com Bible code program, custom to our group, working with a software engineer. One of the things we will make sure is the name is definitely restored all the way in here. So just a very quick way of showing you how things can be searched out. Now this brings me to one of my more controversial topics, which is the rapture. Now I told you, some have gotten upset with me, and think I've gone off on the deep end. Some of the comments that I'm reading is that I am leading people into darkness and that I've lost my way, and all these preposterous accusations is what they are. But let me just show you an example. This is just one of, a very due diligent search when I searched this particular topic out. And this is the rapture. This access term happens to be the rapture deception. And right next to it, we have Habo Ish, which is fire is coming, or there's a fire that is coming. And those that are looking for a rapture are going to get a shock. I know many of you are looking to, something happening. September 23rd, this September 23rd, there is a particular sign that's happening in the sky. I can kind of go over there and show you this, if it'll pull up while we're streaming here. But folks, it does seem, really interesting. This hasn't happened in, somewhat 7,000 years. But I do not believe, and I love Brother Scotty, but I do not believe there's going to be a rapture to take place on there. For one, I've already discovered that there is no preacher at rapture, folks. There is a catching away at the second coming. Okay. Now, what this is indicating, I believe, if you want an analysis from me on what I believe this is this is an indication of tribulation is about to start. Now, the reason I say that is because of what happens later in the verse, when, as you can see, Jupiter is already there in Virgo. It's been in Virgo, but it's in the womb still. Now, when I say womb, it means this general area that in September 23rd, it passes out of this. Also, there is an alignment with the rest of these planets. But in the rest of chapter 12 of Revelation, it talks about, and then there was another sign. Now, this is what we need to look for. What is this sign? What is the dragon that appears in the sky? Now, I don't think that this is an astronomical or, something from one of the constellations, like you got the serpent here, or Cretus, which is actually the Leviathan. No, I actually think that we're going to be dealing with a planetary body that is coming through. If you really want to get down to brass tacks, folks, I really believe that Revelation 8 happens before we have to worry about the significance of Revelation 12, which is indicating something in the future. We haven't had 8 yet. We haven't had 11 yet. Where's the two witnesses? The two witnesses are not here, or so it may seem. So you have to consider those things. It doesn't make any sense that there would be some such a catching away this September because of this sign. I do believe that it's telling us something, and I believe it's telling us to be prepared for the dragon that is about to be unleashed. There's more research to do on this as far as codes and narrowing down a time frame. And yes, I do believe you can find a timeline with the codes. And this is not predicting the future. Okay, this is looking at data entry points of encrypted Hebrew letters in the scriptures that may have an anomaly that seems to indicate that you're onto something. Okay, now we're not going to go through this rapture table completely, but I will leave it up to some of the students that are currently looking for subject matter to search out to work on. There is a couple of other things, like who is Yahuwah. I thought about this today in the comment that come in, that this would be a good question to ask the students and let them work on that. But also wanted to show you how the codes can be used to search a matter out and see if it be true. So if you are interested in this, give me a message. Message me and let me know. We are looking for more students. Currently, we have several openings for this upcoming year. So if you're interested in getting on board now, I would encourage you to do so, guys. We're going to have new programs come out. We're also going to be looking at different books. We're going to be looking at Enoch in particular. So we're excited about that. We want to share that with you guys as soon as possible. And also, be looking at the codesearcher.com website. We will be posting some results of some of the students. I tried to get a video out with a Zoom meeting, actually, while I was talking with some of the students. But what happened was I lost the first part of the meeting. So if you watched the video I put out today, that was the last part. It was, discussion with Chris Ray. And, well, you guys saw what happened there. Maybe Yahuwah didn't want whatever we talked about to be revealed yet. I don't know. But I will give it another shot this next meeting and give these students an opportunity to present some stuff again and then try to upload it. And we'll see what happens. If it goes out again, then I know Yahuwah is shutting me down. He don't want you to know. But I'm really excited about this group. They're progressing very well. Got some students that are standing out and doing amazing work in this field. So we're excited to present this to you guys. I know it's been a long time. We've come through a whole year of this course, and there is some fruit to share with you. So be looking forward to that. Be in prayer for me and my family. We are in the final stages of our adoption. I'm adopting 6 more children with my current wife. So we're going to be doing that in the next 2 days. I may videotape that and share that with you, but we're excited about that, and it is another leg of this journey I've been on that is very interesting. And I happen to love these children tremendously, and I'm proud to be their father. So, yeah, be praying for us. Be praying for my other 3 sons who I haven't had any contact with in over 2 years. They've been taken from me, and if any responsible mother had any kind of love in her, she would have facilitated some kind of contact. And we're just not seeing that. So we're having to take legal action, and my lawyers, praise be to Yahuwah for those that supported this ministry and helped me to attain these lawyers, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to do it. But thankfully to Yahuwah, we will be making some headway in the court system against this person. So I want to thank you guys who supported us in that. May Yahuwah bless you tremendously for loving us enough and loving my children to help me do something about it. So if you're interested in taking the course, go to thecodesearcher.com/apply. Apply there, and then we'll talk on an interview and get you enrolled. We get a need for students. There's a need in this field, and there's a lot of information to share. So, shalom, love you guys, and we'll be seeing you in the next video.